And if you're looking for better guidelines than the ones we have in the US, look to the Canada plate. It is much, much better. So some of you may have seen the BBC reported today that Canada has now released its new food guidelines and dairy is off the menu. So up until recently, Canada was a lot like the US in that dairy was being pushed on us, have it multiple times a day. Now research has shown that dairy not only doesn't help make our bones stronger, it actually weakens our bones. It also is something that causes cancer, obesity, diabetes. It's really an epidemic that's been caused on the American people because of the dairy industry. But unfortunately, there are very powerful lobbyists. Well, Canada said this year that they're not going to look at industry-supported research when making their food guidelines, that instead they wanted to make sure that it wasn't being driven by industry, but by what was better for the people. So their new plate just came out, and on the plate here, you can see that half the plate is full of fruits and vegetables. Half the plate. Oh boy, does that make me happy. And on the other half of the plate, we've got 1/4 unprocessed, unrefined grains. And the other corner, they just call protein. So they don't say meat, but they have an assortment of things there. I do see that there's a little squiggle of dairy and meat and eggs there, but the majority of it, actually, I see tofu and beans and nuts and all sorts of other things mixed in, where they're showing people that they have a lot of choices here, but it's just one little portion of the plate. This is big news, especially considering that we just previously, in the past few weeks, saw news that the Trump administration actually rolled back the Obama-era regulations that they put into place in school lunches, limiting processed grains and sugary, flavored, fatty milks for kids, only allowing them to serve non-fat milk and unrefined grains. They rolled those back, and there's going to be more dairy than ever in the schools, including sugary chocolate milks and strawberry milks. They're trying to unload all the dairy surplus into the schools, which makes the industry happy because they're going to get their money, but is really toxic for our kids that are right now struggling with an epidemic of disease and obesity that's being partially driven by the dairy industry. So it's exciting to see that in Canada. I hope that that catches on. And if you're looking for better guidelines than the ones we have in the US, look to the Canada plate. It is much, much better. I'm really happy to see this.